Good day, Aries viewers. I am Sarah B, and you're tuning in to Just Be Tarot. Thank you for your awesome energy. Thank you for hanging out with me, and thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel, and also hitting that notification bell that will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. I was just shuffling for the overall energy for the Aries collective. Now, this is a general reading, not personal, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. All right, so let's go ahead and get going. This reading is for May 2025. What does the Aries collective need to know for May? Thank you. Shuffling for May 2025. Thank you. Okay, so we have Drifter, experiencing life as it comes. And then we have Watchers, transpersonal. So, experiencing life as it comes, going with the flow, being the type of person who is up for anything. If, you know, what they say, when life throws you lemons, make lemonade. Just trying to make the best of a situation always. Now, Watchers is about watching a situation rather than being active in the situation, rather than interjecting or, just listening is what I'm trying to say, is being present, but really listening to a situation, trying to be there for people, lending an ear, lending a hand, whatever they ask for. If they want advice, then you give them advice. But really you're just there kind of observing and loving unconditionally and being whatever it is something or somebody calls you to be in that moment. Staying present and paying attention. And that's kind of what Drifters is as well. You're being present, going with the flow. So it's amazing that these cards came out together. This is a very chill mode, which is odd for Aries because Aries is very fiery. So you might be, but also, I shouldn't say that, because Aries is also, and all fire signs are very spontaneous and really ready to go with the flow. They are ready to be spontaneous and creative and down for new things, and or take advantage of an opportunity when it comes in. And that's kind of like with this experiencing life as it comes, going with the flow, experiencing new situations if you're called to experience new situations, being there for somebody if they need you to be there for them. It's very much being chill, taking advantage when you can, but being present and knowing your crowd. I guess, like saying something when you're called to say something, but letting, being or pulling back when you're called to pull back. I feel like you guys are really good at that to begin with. But that's what you're called to do this month. And, and sometimes it's not so chill, because sometimes situations come up where it involves a lot of change. So I shouldn't say chill, because you are asked to kind of act on how the situation calls you to act. And sometimes that could be putting out a fire, lighting the fire, whatever the situation calls you to be. All right, so Spirit, I am shuffling for the overall energy for our Aries collective. What do they need to know for their greatest good for May 2025? Shuffling for May 2025 for Aries. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Shuffling for Aries. Thank you. Can I get one more to start the reading, Spirit? What does Aries need to know? What messages? Thank you. Okay, so we have, now this first card to come up was the Seven of Cups in the challenge position. I feel like somebody is trying to feed you a bunch of malarkey, is trying to pull the wool over your eyes or convince you of something that isn't real. So you're being called to look out for that because you are very tender-hearted, and you're asked to not get your emotions involved in this situation because you are the Queen of Cups energy. Now, just because it's in reverse doesn't mean that's not your energy. You are the Queen of Cups energy. You're just being called to not buy into this bullshit. Now, this could be somebody at work. This could be somebody in your life. This could be somebody in your family. But somebody is trying to feed you something that's not true, or something that you know not to be true, but you're asked to not buy into it. To stand your ground, to put up your boundaries, because you are very tender-hearted and you do want to give everybody a chance. And this person seems to know that and seems to understand that you're an emotional person, and that you know, you are the type of person who wants to believe the best in people, but they're really trying to sell you a bag of goods here. And then we have the Queen of Swords in reverse as well. So we have two queens in reverse. So Queen of Swords in reverse, though, is kind of like a warming up energy almost, because the Queen of Swords is cold. They come off as a little maybe bitchy at times, blunt, brutally honest, and they're not the type of person that you go to if you want Queen of Cups energy, if you want that hug, if you want that, you know, emotional response. This is somebody who's going to tell you the truth, who's going to have a solution, who's always going to want to help you, but in a different way than this Queen of Cups energy. But when we have it in reverse, this person could be warming up to a situation. This person could be kind of maybe cutting you off almost. I know that sounds like two different types of queens, but this, I mean, there are many different types of people. So this, I either feel like this person is warming up to you, or a thought or an idea, but this person might also be putting up boundaries towards you, cutting you off, or feel like you're being cut off. Especially if you're in a relationship with this Queen of Swords. This person could be, you feel like you're distant from them. But I do feel like if it's an idea, or you're coming to them with some kind of like an action, this person might have a reaction that seems like warmer than they would normally be. All right, what else do we have for our Aries collective? What else do we have for our Aries collective? Thank you. What else do we have? Thank you. Anything else? Okay, so we have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Swords. I feel like this could be, you could be dealing with an air sign that's Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Two of Swords is you're actively making a decision. You know, you felt stuck at one point. You weren't seeing the full picture, but now you've done your due diligence and you're able to make the decision that you were either scared to make before or you've been putting off. I feel like you're going to be moving forward now with the decision that you're comfortable with. It could be a change. I do feel like you are in your head about it, though. You're in your head about this situation. And the thing is, it came out on top of the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Like, somebody is trying, I feel like somebody is trying to pull the wool over your eyes or sell you something that isn't a good idea, or tell you something, make you fall for something that isn't in your best interest. And I do see that a decision has been made. And that you have done your due diligence. But here you are, you're still nervous about it. With this Eight of Swords energy. Like getting out of your head, knowing that you know yourself better than anybody else, and that you're trusting your gut in making this decision. That Spirit's going to have your back no matter what. What else do we have, Spirit, for this? Aries Collective. You have to, I hear, you have to trust yourself. You know, it's like the overall energy, going with the flow. Being dealt, dealing with what you've been dealt. Making the best of an opportunity is what I just heard. So what else do we have for our Aries Collective? What messages do they need to hear for their greatest good? Don't forget to click on like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Okay, so we have the Star in reverse. And the Five of Wands came out in the challenge. But with this, see, with this Five of Wands, it's like a very playful energy. Do you see how they're playing? It's not very chaotic at all. So I feel like the energy that you're putting out into the universe needs to be a more playful energy. A more calming energy. I do feel like you are manifesting but I'm hearing that you have to do it with intent and to have a more playful energy or make it more playful. Maybe you're doing it under a chaotic situation or circumstances, or something is making it chaotic. Maybe you're trying to manifest something with a chaotic energy. Maybe you need to clear your energy before you start the manifestation process or your ritual, because it looks here like there's a ritual going on here. Maybe you're wishing to be more childlike, or maybe you're wishing for a child, or you're manifesting some kind of youthfulness into your life. You're going to have to take that as it resonates. But I was just going to shuffle for another card from tarot, but I was told to grab the concluding deck. So that I will do. I'm shuffling for the Aries collective. Spirit, I'm shuffling for the concluding message for the Aries collective. What is it that they need to know? Bring with them for the month of May. Now this deck is the Beltane deck. Beltane is May 1st. Some may call it May Day. It's the day right between, right in the middle of spring. So, let's see. We have 18. Honey, sweetness. The sweetness of you swells in the grace of your pull. Oh, so beautifully lethal. You've probably heard the phrase, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, which easily applies to manifestation, magic, and even healing. Your soul attracts more positivity, love, and compassion than it does anger, frustration, and sadness. So if you have found yourself in a period of unrest, jealousy, heartache, or fear, know that the path to healing yourself is through allowing sweetness to swell within your being. Rejoice in the success and good fortune of others. Celebrate the good in your life rather than focusing on what's wrong or broken. Find compassion and forgiveness for those who have brought you pain. Each act of sweetness repairs the breaks in your heart, leading you on the journey towards restoration. Your abundance will be tenfold when you walk the path of sweetness. Even if you have not felt much heartache and are currently experiencing a period of good fortune, the more you lean into kindness of heart, the more increase you shall see return to you. An increase in love, wealth, health, or joy, or all of the above. Attracting sweetness. Be the sweetness. Be the sweetness. And more will come back to you. I love that. Thank you so much, Aries. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for clicking on like and subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. That will let you know when I'm going live or posting new readings. I go live every Monday and Thursday between 6:30 and 7 Eastern Daylight Time. And I would love for you to join in on the chats. I love that energy, and I love being a safe place for people and having conversations. It really is a great time. So I hope to see you there. And if not, I'll catch you next time. Bye, Aries.